Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some secret maps and levels that are actually on MCC for Halo 2, but you've never been able to access them on MCC until now. So, there are three maps we'll be taking a look at. The first one, I've actually shown in a previous video on the original Xbox, the original version of Halo 2. And this first map is called Single Player Shared. So, as the name implies, this is the shared map for the campaign maps, where a lot of campaign maps may, to save space, a lot of, resources like objects, vehicles, they're all put into the shared map, and then each mission will take those resources instead of duplicating them over every single mission. That's what the shared map does. That's what it's for. And you may have seen it in files, but maybe you didn't know what it was used for at the time. But I was only able to show the single player shared map on the original Xbox version, and since then, on Halo 2 Vista and even on Halo 2 MCC, I've never been able to get a shared map to work on MCC at all. And it just it's unfortunate, because it would have been cool to see what the shared map looks like on MCC, to see if it's changed at all since the original Xbox version. Well, now it's finally possible. The shared map has been restored. Ignore that boombox there. That was from a little meme I did for a video like a week ago. But yeah, so it looks to be mostly the same as the original Xbox version. I don't think anything's changed. The Gravemind tentacle is still there and everything. As you saw, I can switch to anniversary graphics. It's just that what shows up in anniversary graphics depends on what map I replaced it with. And in this case, I chose to replace it with the map Gravemind, and it works for the tentacle, but a lot of other stuff might be missing, like the flood in anniversary graphics. But anyways, the reason why this didn't work on MCC for like ever is because for some reason on Halo 2 Vista and MCC, in order to get this map to actually be playable, it's there in the game files, but to actually play on it, it needs a light map attached to the BSP of this map, which for some reason it didn't have one. And for some reason the original Xbox version didn't care about the single player version. I don't remember being able to get the other shared map to work, but I'll explain that in a bit. But anyways, thanks to the mod tools that have been released for Halo 2, all I had to do was just add a shared map, a light map to the BSP, and I was able to compile it for MCC, and it works, and it's perfectly playable now. Of course, the lighting's a bit wonky because I just kind of threw on a few lights here and there for the light map, but it still works pretty well, and that's what it looks like for the single player shared map. Next up, we're going to be looking at the other map that's just simply called shared in the game files, and this one is the multiplayer shared map. This one, I'm pretty sure, did not work at all on the original Xbox version either. At least I've never been able to find any videos of it at all. I found videos of like the single player shared for the original Xbox version, but for multiplayer shared, I could just never get it to work. And I mean, maybe people have figured it out back then, but any videos are pretty much gone now, and I couldn't really find any. So yeah, this might actually be the first time that I and a lot of people have ever seen what the multiplayer shared map looks like for Halo 2 on any version of Halo 2. So yeah, here it is. It's a lot of stuff is similar to the single player shared, and once again, ignore the boombox. It should be a rocket launcher. But anyways, a lot of stuff is pretty similar. Like the cut health pack is actually still on this map as well. But the difference is that there's less bipeds, and this contains the shared resources from multiplayer maps. That's why there's like a teleporter there and some other objects that you only find in multiplayer maps. The teleporter is non-functional. It's active, but it just doesn't work. And there's this weird thing here. I don't know what it is. It looks like a piece of a flood, or it could be like a fruit. But yeah, I have no idea what that is. But yeah, so all the weapons are placed around here. Even like the ammo for the weapons. Some of those ammo packs I don't even think are actually used. But I'm not entirely sure about that. And yeah, it's actually pretty cool. And of course, some of this works in anniversary graphics as well. Again, depending on what mission I replace it with. The mileage may be a little bit different, but it's pretty cool to see some of it in anniversary graphics. But oh, you might also notice that a lot of the strings, like a lot of the text on this map, they don't work properly. Like when I try to pick up a weapon or get in a vehicle, it should say hold E to get into, you know, vehicle or pick up weapon, but that hold text is broken. It's just a square, as you saw. And then silenced SMG is also on this. Now, even though like pretty much every weapon is on this map, a lot of them you can't pick up for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. It could be like missing animations or something like that. But they're all there. It's just only a handful can actually be picked up. Also, you may have noticed something else. Master Chief has like the Slayer symbol on his armor. That also appears on the single player shared map actually. I know they didn't show it earlier, but it does appear on that too. I'm not sure why it's there, but it is there. The Elite is pretty much what you'd expect. And yeah, so this is what the multiplayer shared map looks like. And like I said, I'm fairly certain, not 100% positive, but fairly certain that this is probably the first time we've ever seen the multiplayer shared map in game, and definitely the first time on MCC, because neither shared map was possible on MCC forever until Mod Tool was released. But one other interesting thing is that so here on the multiplayer shared map, the Scorpion tank has this little symbol on the front, and you know, obviously, you know, we've probably seen it before. That seems fine, but it's actually different from the single player shared version of the Scorpion. That one has that symbol there. This is probably, you know, it's always been like that in multiplayer and campaign maybe, and I just haven't noticed until now. So just if that's the case, then you know, oh well. It's just, this is the first time I've noticed it personally. Now for this last map we'll be taking a look at is the main menu map, which is still included in MCC, and it's also in the mod tools and can be restored as well. But at least the main menu map, even before the mod tools existed, we could always actually restore it on MCC and play it. But you know, now it's a lot easier than back then. But it's still pretty cool to see it, and it's still pretty cool that it still exists on MCC and technically still works on MCC. So even if like all these maps were at one point, you know, visible on older versions of Halo 2, now we can see it in the full MCC enhanced glory. You know, 4K, high FPS, and other like enhancements with the graphics quality and stuff like that. But yeah, so those are all the secret maps and levels that are on Halo 2. And still on MCC, but haven't been viewable until now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be interesting. And as always, if you did, make sure to leave a like. Leave thoughts in the comments. Let me know if there's anything else we check out or look into. But aside from that, you know, just make sure to subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys.